Hello, this is George Urbaszek of CreativeBasedLessons.com. I would like to show you a method that will enable you to identify any note on your bass guitar instantaneously. I developed this method in 1987 and have used it with many thousands of students since, and I'd say it's 99% successful, and it's actually quite easy. But before we actually go into the method of note learning, you must make sure that you know the music alphabet. So let's just do a brief rundown of that first. The music alphabet is simply the first 7 letters of the alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And they keep on revolving: A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G. So if you imagine, for example, a piano keyboard and you start really low down on a low A, you just go up the scale on the white keys, start with the note A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you'll just keep on ascending through several octaves. Then, of course, you can go backwards. A bit difficult to say the alphabet backwards, but I'll try it anyway. So it'll be, let's start on A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, and so on. Okay, so it can go ascending or descending, up or down. Okay, so if I were to just play those notes off the open A string, that would be this. And backwards. You can see that the fingering I use there doesn't really matter as long as I'm playing the notes A, B, C, D, F, G, A, and then backwards again. Now you may have noticed, of course, I didn't play every single fret. This is where the sharps and or the flats come in. So every note of the music alphabet can be raised by a semitone. That means you play it 1 fret to the right on a right-handed bass. So that's raising a note by a semitone. That's called a sharp. So it technically can have A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Okay, now normally we don't use the note E sharp, which is the same sound as the note F. Normally, I say that it is used sometimes in some circumstances, and the other one is that we don't normally use B sharp, which is the same sound as the note C. They are the two notes, the two semitones, the two half steps that have no, this is between B and C and E and F, that have no note between them. So they're the notes on the piano keyboard which have no black key between them. So now I'm going to go up the music alphabet, starting on the note A, and naming the notes this time with sharps. Actually, I'll name it first, then play it. So sharps on the way up. Naturals, which is the A, B, C, D, F, G, and then the sharps in between. So we've got A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. And if I continue, this is the cycle I mentioned before, then I would have A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F, and F sharp. That's as high as it goes on this bass on the A string. So you can see where the two dots are in my bass. On my bass, it's the two dots in 1 fret. That's the 12th fret, and from there on, everything repeats. So if this is A, then that's A sharp, B, C. Same as here. A is the open string, A sharp, B, C. And you can see that the position markers are in the same spot too. 1, 2, 3 frets up is the first one from the octave. 1, 2, 3 frets up is the first one, and 2 apart from there onwards. So that's pretty easy to see, and it's very useful for you to understand that and use those position markers when you're identifying notes. They will come in handy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go backwards using flats. So technically you've got A flat, G flat, F flat, E flat, D flat, C flat, and B, B flat, and A. Now again, because of the B and C and the E and F not having any black keys between them on the piano keyboard, so no semitone between them, the note B is not normally called C flat, and the note E is not normally called F flat. However, it is possible. That's beyond the scope of this particular situation, however. So let's start on the octave now of the A and go backwards, naming the notes descending using the naturals and flats on the way down. So here we have A flat, G, G flat, F, E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, and A. Okay, so that's the music alphabet with flats on the way down. Now, because it's a perpetual cycle of notes, you can start anywhere. So you can start, for example, if you start on the E string, on the open E, you've got E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, and so on. If you start on the D string, open D. So this is the thing about the music alphabet. You must have this down. You must really realize this before you even go identifying notes instantaneously, which I will get to, of course. So let's have a look at the D string. D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and so on. Let's just go now down the G string. So I'll go backwards using flats. I'm going to start on the octave now. G, G flat, F, E, E flat, D, D flat. See if you can work the other ones out yourself. A flat and G. So landed on the open G. Now I can start randomly. I'm just going to pick a note, close my eyes and pick a note randomly. Here we go. All right. Now I know that that is a note D. Okay, now I'll just go backwards. D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, and G. There's the octave, which is going to be an octave higher than the open G. So there's the music alphabet for you. You can transfer this to any stringed instrument with any number of strings. So it doesn't matter whether you play a 3-string bass, a 1-string bass, a 7-string bass. You can just transfer that. As long as you have one starting note on any string, you can work out all of the other notes. But as I said before, that's not getting you the notes instantaneously. That we're going to do in the next video. So click on the link here in this video and that'll take you straight to the next one. But do make sure you have the music alphabet down first before you continue. Okay, see you later.